This is one of the most chilling mysteries to ever haunt Canada. Two children, found side by side in the woods. No names, no clues, no justice. More than 66 years have passed, and yet, their story remains one of Vancouver's most tragic unsolved cases. They were called the Babes in the Woods. Stanley Park, a 1,000-acre oasis of towering trees, winding trails, and ocean views, right in the heart of Vancouver, British Columbia. To Vancouver, Stanley Park is what Central Park is to New York. It's peaceful, majestic, safe. But hidden beneath the beauty lies a dark and disturbing truth. January 14th, 1953. Around 10:30 in the morning, a city gardener is walking through the woods. What he finds is horrifying. Two small skeletons lying side by side, partially buried beneath a woman's coat. Near the bodies, a rusted metal lunchbox, a woman's shoe, bits of children's clothing, and a hatchet. And perhaps the most haunting detail of all, two tiny aviator caps, the kind little boys wore to pretend they were World War II pilots. The police arrive. The medical examiner determines that the victims were likely a boy and a girl, between 5 and 9 years old. One child had a massive head wound caused by the sharp end of the hatchet. The other was struck with the blunt end. They estimate the murders occurred at least 6 years earlier, around 1947. The bodies were carefully laid down together, covered up, as if someone had cared just a little. But the case was flawed from the start. Investigators spent years searching for a missing boy and a girl. They checked school records, followed dozens of leads, all based on that single assumption. And for decades, it led them nowhere. Then in 1990, over 35 years later, DNA testing told a different story. The victims weren't a boy and a girl, they were two boys. This shocking discovery changed everything. All those years of searching, all those dead-end leads, wasted because of one early mistake. Then in 1996, another breakthrough. More DNA testing revealed that the boys were actually half-brothers. Same mother, but different fathers. That detail opened up a completely new theory. Could this have been a tragic act by a mother who couldn't cope? Or something even darker? Several witnesses came forward over the years. One remembered a woman staying at the New Haven Hotel with two boys. She vanished soon after. Another claimed to have seen a woman from Mission, British Columbia, hitchhiking with two boys wearing aviator caps near Stanley Park. One disturbing report told of a woman and a man entering Stanley Park with two children and a hatchet. She returned later that day without the children, covered in blood down her legs. Police followed every single lead. Each child was eventually found alive. The timelines didn't match. The suspects didn't line up. And once again, the trail went cold. But by 2018, investigators had one last hope: consumer DNA databases. Police began discussing uploading the boys' DNA into services like Ancestry.com or 23andMe, hoping to match them to distant relatives. If they could identify a family tree, they could look for surnames, check school records, search for two boys who suddenly vanished in the late 1940s. No matter how much time passes, these two boys deserve to be known, to be remembered, to have names. Someone out there, even now, may be carrying the missing piece of this puzzle. A memory, a relative, a secret. It's been over 6 decades and still no arrests, no identities, just 2 small boys buried in time. Until the truth is revealed, they remain known only as the Babes in the Woods. If this story moved you and you want to hear more real unsolved mysteries like this, subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep these forgotten voices alive.